Good morning. Okay, so Frankie's pretty wired up. So we got out there this morning, and a neighbor of mine, who I want to like me, is babysitting another dog. And one of their family's dogs that is so gorgeous. It's a golden retriever. Just beautiful thing. And this guy decides to go through the hurricane fencing, chain link fencing at it, and then it was reacting. So they were fighting through this hurricane fence. Neither one of them hurt each other, but the sound woke up the neighborhood once again. What am I gonna do with that boy? Seriously. And nothing I did. I even had my remote with me. Did not help. So anyway, the neighbor came out and was like, "What's going on?" Like, sorry. And then I wanted to spiral into shame and remorse for being a bad doggy mommy, for being a bad neighbor, looking towards the future where he'll never forgive me and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, whoa, okay, I recognize this. Slow down. What's the worst that could happen? Oh, he could call the cops, and then I'd have to explain myself for not having my dog on a leash. I'd have to pay a fine, and the neighbor would still hate me forever. And then I thought, okay, best case scenario, he didn't react to it, and my neighbor would fall madly in love with me as a neighbor and just think I was the best thing since apple pie. So then I thought, okay, let's get realistic here. That neighbor's never going to think I'm the best neighbor in the world because we have different ways of thinking. And mine is a little more open-minded. I'm willing to have a conversation and explore things. And this particular neighbor gets an idea, and they may not even research it. They've just calculated what they think about it and then report it as facts. Sometimes they'll research it and then put a little spin on it. And sometimes they research it and sound like they know what they're talking about, and they kind of really don't. And sometimes they kind of really do and know everything, and they feel and they deliver it as if they do. And then I thought, wait a minute, I want that neighbor to like me so much that I haven't even analyzed whether I like them or not. You know, love them, but as far as a good friend, well, I've tried that. It's a couple that half my age anyway. I mean, isn't it funny how important we make other people in our lives? I think it's especially common with people of certain personality types, especially if all they ever wanted was family. You know, I think that's where some of us really get a lot of broken hearts through their life because they keep trying to make family out of, well, basically acquaintances, you know, friend of a friend sort of thing. That want to be the kind of a, because the thing is with family or people, what my fantasy about family is, you're each other's center of the universe. You know, who doesn't want to be the center of somebody's universe? Hang on every word and value their opinions. Oh, wouldn't that be nice? Oh, my God. Oh, that might be why I'm in the work I'm in. That kind of feeds me a little bit. Ooh, I better talk to my therapist about that. That'd be important. Excuse me. Oh, caught me by surprise. Okay. What am I going to do today? I have just not been all that happy with my makeup lately, but yesterday was not bad. Oh God, I love the smell of rose water. Yes. Yes, I do. Yeah, he's hiding out. You know why? Because when we got back in the house, I ran him for a little bit, but then it took me some energy to really kind of snap out of that little spiral. And I think mostly because it was a neighbor, proximity. I mean, we can see each other coming and going. And so that kind of heightened my attachment to them. So it took me a little while, and then I just wasn't really into it. So I thought, okay, stay calm, practice letting go, thought through it. And then I came in the house and started on my list, which helped get things out of my mind and helped me prioritize them, which is really cool. And so I just started, I need some more. Don't underestimate aromatherapy. Matter of fact, I opened up all the, a lot of doors and windows. Open some more because it is a nice 65 outside. And I'll tell you what, I like that. Frankie? Chewing with his mouth open. Okay, I'm going to put a little of this on. Yeah, my skin looks better, but it's just so dry. And so I'm going to, since I don't have to be anywhere today. Now, this is sunscreen. You have to put a lot on this for it to do anything. And I'm going to be in and out of the sun. So, but I did put more on than I care to have on. So I'm going to put it on my arms. Because I've been putting coconut oil on my arms and legs every morning and evening. Just like on my face. Except for this morning. Got laundry done. Not done, but started. Moved around some clothes in my closet. My friend Chris sent me a box of clothes out of her closet. She's done it before. She'll just send me some, like, I'm not using this stuff. I'm either going to sell it or give it to you. You like this? While we're on FaceTime. Oh my God. She's so generous. I'll tell you what, some people are just born that way. They just really are. They're gift givers. I wish I were. I'm just not. I'm just not programmed that way. I want to be. I'm just not programmed that way. Matter of fact, that reminds me. I have to send a little gift to my friend Carla. I'm going to change out this eyeshadow pad, which has a lot of frost in it, and I have a lot of browns in here, in the rest of my drawer. So I'm just, and a lot of this is, when I was using it like for bronzer, it's just too shiny. The shine in it doesn't show up as color. Plus, it's too drying on my face to have that much powder on my face. Wow, a couple days ago, I was trying to add color to my foundation by using powder. And my darker powder. And oh my God, I had dry patches on each side from where I put powder, and then blush, and then some like bronzing, and I just on each side. Oh my goodness sakes. Not great. So I'm gonna put that aside. Don't have the guts to throw it away yet. Probably will. Just too frosty. And I'm gonna replace it with this that I got from Temu. Guess what? Not a frost in there. Yay! I'm too white to wear frost unless I'm going on stage. Just too white. It just doesn't make sense. Okay, this is not fitting in my drawer well, so I'm going to have to cut that off. Don't you hate to do that? I know, me too. And wasn't that a cute little lid? Wasn't that cute? Where you can see through it and then you lift it up and there's a mirror up there. What a great deal that was. Oh, well. Time to go. Time to go. There we go. Very nice. Okay. Now we have okay. And I have to break the lid off of this too, so it'll lay flat in my makeup tray. Okay, so you want to know how I was able to catch myself and not spin out? It's because I've been I'm going to cover this up like this so it doesn't get in my eyes. Woo! Yay! Nicely done. So now, woohoo! Oops, there's a lot of little pieces. Do you hear that? I gotta clean up those little pieces. Okay. It was because I've been practicing it for so long. All these little mini... Now I'll be able to put it down here, flat in my... oh, yeah. See? There we go. Now it fits flat. Where did I just put my... There it is. Practice, practice, practice. Because in the past, I would have been upset about that for... an exhausting amount of time. Exhausting amount of time. What makeup am I going to put on today? Oh, this is what I put on yesterday. And I got the coverage I needed. And it stayed pretty moist, even though I had powder on. But that's also when I figured out that this eyeshadow palette that I've been using is just too frosty. I mean, it's just a little bit of shimmer in there. This was a beautiful palette. If I were darker skinned, the frost wouldn't look so... I'm too old for that. So, that's how I figured out that I had to quit using that eyeshadow palette. It's just not serving me well. Yes. Okay, I'm gonna see this color. It's not pink, and this is my natural lips, they're just dry. I don't have any foundation on. So I have this color. It's not pink and it's not orange. Not pink and not orange. Kind of an orangey pink. Not pink and not orange. Kind of pink. Kind of pink. So I'm kind of a mix. Look how red my nose is. Oh well. Probably pinching all those pimples for my whole entire life. So what I'm going to do is quit saving it for good. And I'm going to put on my Age Perfect today. just because I can. Look at that match. Isn't that amazing? It's like it goes in on like butter. Is it full coverage? No. But does it feel moisturizing? Oh yeah. It's like butter. I want you to do something. One of the things that, you know, like what I was talking about with my neighbor, there's so many lessons to learn from that. And one of them was that I didn't have enough value in myself to understand that if I had a neighbor whose dog kept acting out, but nobody really got hurt, it was just loud, I'd be like, well, maybe one of these days something bad's gonna happen, but that poor old woman keeps trying. That's what I would think. I mean, and then I'd still be sweet to him in person. I mean, I had a neighbor that was throwing out old, she would clean out her, this is serious, this is true, not serious, but true. Oh, I'll tell you what, if you don't need full coverage and you just want something moist, this feels so good. I'm going to be a real dork here and I'm going to put more on just to see if it'll cover a little more. Just to see. Anyway, she used to, if anything went sour in her refrigerator, she would throw it out on her side yard. And my dog was, at the time, I had Lucky. He was very old. And he would just kind of mosey around like Eeyore. And he'd go over in her yard. They loved each other too. This woman just loved him, and he loved her. So sweet to see. Anyway, yeah, not a lot of full coverage, but it's enough. Is it beautiful? Not as beautiful as I remember. But also, I put on a lot. Huh. Yeah, don't over put this on. Especially with lots of moisture. Anyway, she would throw all this crap out in her yard. And Lucky would go over and eat it. And then, you know, if dogs don't... Evidently, there's a lot of nightmare stories. And he was one of those dogs that if he ate something that wasn't really that good for him, he reacted for days. And the vet said, you know, if it happens in a certain way, it could actually kill him within hours. And then I Googled it and, oh, it just terrified me. And so I did talk to her about it. Oh, she was trying to bring in the crows. And honestly, I love crows. I love crows because of all the stories about how smart they are. And how people actually have relationships with these crows that last for years. Not intimate. Not like, oh, how you doing? But feeding, talking to each other. And they can almost be like mockingbirds. And then there's ravens. Anyway, she got a kick out of them. She taught me a little bit about them. And I just thought, wow, how cool is that? Well, pretty cool. But, excuse me. Poor Lucky would just suffer when he'd get that rotten food. And then one day she threw out, I guess, a good size roast. I don't know. I didn't see it. It kind of came out in conversation later. And he was sick for 3 more. He was sick for 3 more days. How did I know he ate something? I had him on a very strict diet, and that's the only yard I let him go into outside of ours. Would he escape once in a while? Yeah. So I went to her and asked her, have you been throwing out food again? Lucky's been down for 3 days again. She was like, oh, yeah, you know what? I threw out a roast about this big that went sour in the fridge, but I figured even if he did eat it, it'd be okay since it was, meat. And they eat roadkill. It's like, oh, God. It makes perfect sense. Doesn't it make sense that she'd be right? Ugh. And I was just like so frustrated. I'm like, oh, God, I don't know. But can we just experiment with not throwing anything out for a little while? Just to see. Or I could keep him in my yard. Try to do a better job. It's not up to you to make sure my dog doesn't get sick. I was just venting, Ugh. And she goes, oh, no. I'll keep a better eye on it. So, yeah, we can get frustrated. Doesn't necessarily mean I was frustrated with her. I was just frustrated with the situation because I knew my dog was getting old enough to die soon, and I just wasn't ready. Sorry. I just was not ready. No, I don't know. I can tell you this. I do like how this feels. The color's enough. It covers enough. I just wish the ones that I have that cover more, and I would get more coverage in here, there was a way to have it be moisturizing. But I just don't, I guess there's just not a full coverage you can get with this much, this much moisture. I am going to try this, Woke Up Like This makeup one of these days. This is the imitation dupe one, but I'm going to try that one of these days. But it's just not moisturizing. This isn't moisturizing enough. So, okay. I'm going to put on a little bit of powder. Not tons. Okay, so I think I put up enough videos the last few days that I'm almost talked out. How about that? I'm so glad you're here. I can tell you, I did want to jump on to let you know about that success this morning. That anxiety only lasted a short time. But here's what else I want to tell you. So, just because I was able to get my mind right, this is what's important. Just because I was able to get my mind right didn't mean my body wasn't still reacting to that initial surge of adrenaline. So when I came inside, I wasn't trying to punish Frankie, but I just needed to express that extra energy in a healthier way than what my personality type would normally want to do. So I wanted to do it constructively because I'm just not always I'm not bull in a china closet. So I needed a way to express myself, which meant I just needed to get busy and do some things. That's all. There we go. That's enough of that. And, come on, baby. Give me some water. There we go. Lavender water for my, I think I'm going to use the black in this new eyeshadow palette that I showed you. It does not have shine in it like the other one did. So hopefully I'll like it a little better. Because there wasn't much shine, but it was just enough shine. Even in my Rimmel, there's a tiny bit of shimmer in those colors. I mean, is it beautiful? Does it still work? Yeah. But I just decided I just want some matte. That's it. So I liked using a brush like this because the bristles will kind of get down into my eyelashes, right? Because I don't like getting down into the waterline. There's no sense in me working that hard. I'm too lazy. And I don't get the benefits out of it that would make it worth that extra energy. How about that? Oh. I just need a little more color up here. Just a little bit. Trying not to get too much powder on my face today. Okay. Someone did something. Oops. Ever have that happen? Oh, so I ran around the house, didn't turn on the TV or anything because I wanted to calm down enough to see if anything came up for me about it being attached to the past or what have you. And it's very easy for me then, I noticed, to get mad at my partner for every little thing they didn't do. And I was thinking, you know, here's the deal on that. That's displaced anger. Look at that. Oh God. Wow. Displaced anger. Totally unnecessary. So I was like, okay, let go. Let go. So that was kind of nice. So I didn't have to stay in that either. So every time we grow through a certain emotional awareness, like that, for example, we're better people, right? Growth is messy. So I came in, I still had that energy to expel. I could have turned on the TV and music. I could have exercised it out, but I wanted to get a lot of little details done. Because there are a lot of little things at the end of the week that don't get done because I'm busy working. And I just don't feel like it when I'm done working. And I don't feel like getting up early to do it. So there. God, listen to me. I sound like a sassy little kid. Sassy, I tell you. I kind of feel like celebrating. I was able to come down. Then I was able to just be quiet and work, express out that energy, be able to catch myself having negative thoughts and placing animosity somewhere, which was just changing the focus. I was able to bring it back, be in the moment and enjoy each thing I was doing. Yeah. I feel like it was success so far already today. Yeah. Oh gosh, it's so beautiful outside. I already emptied a couple of my patio vegetable planters. I can put them back in my shed. And I wanted to put on some makeup because if somebody should stop by, I don't want to scare them. Whee! Sorry about that. So I'm trying to figure out how to do a live, and I actually think it's gonna work. Not sure. Stay tuned. We'll see how it works. It said I had to have 24 hours, so I don't know. I think I took the first step to see if it'll work or not. All right, where's Frankie? Oh, he left me. He's probably outside enjoying this beautiful weather. All right, y'all have a good day. Mwah! Bye for now.